Welcome back to Factorio SpaceX Extreme Mode. This is Lord Couture, and at the end of the last episode we were having a minor issue with our supply train not resetting correctly, and I think I've tracked this down. I didn't spend all this time. I'll show you what I've been doing soon, but basically the idea was that when there's demand, this doesn't output a G. At the moment you can see it's outputting a G. The G becomes a one pulse generator, which is then stored over here, and it allows the train to go by the signal being sent all the way up here and into the station. Now the problem is, if the reset mechanism is taking place when the train is sitting here, we're not getting a clearing green signal from this rail signal, so we're ending up with a -1 G in here, and we'll never get the G to allow the train to go. So what I've done is I've basically said, if there's no demand, there's no point going into the supply station. This will force this to remain a G, so that when we reset with a new instruction, the -G will be cleared, the train will move in, it will then create a new G for go, which will then let it go out. So let's quickly test that hypothesis. Let's send the train back to supply unload and see if everything works according to plan. So it comes in here. At the moment it's not allowed to move anywhere because there is no demand, but it moved anyway. That is not what we wanted, so why did it do that? Because that's on the way out, and we can't read that from on the way out. Okay, so let's change that. Let's set it up as part of the circuit condition. You can go to manual. We'll jump on board and just drag you out of here. It doesn't matter that we're on the wrong side of the railway line. Well, it shouldn't do. So yeah, red wire, that one doesn't work, so you can go instead to here. And when we have, what is it, everything, so yep, change the instructions on this so that it supply unload, wait for 5 seconds of inactivity, and circuit condition everything is less than 1 set. Right, go back to supply unload. It's not everything is less than 1, it's everything is greater than 1. We'll get there eventually. Everything, well, greater than 0. Now anything, actually. Anything is greater than 0. Set once again. The beauty of playing on an extreme mode is we have plenty of time for screw-ups and getting things right. Right, let's try that one more time. I was going to say last time, but judging by last time, it might need another time. Okay, so we come in here, 5 seconds of inactivity, and we're what? Anything greater than 0? It's not listening to me. Oh, it's OR. Okay. Thanks, machine. Toggle that to an AND. Just as well I didn't claim that time was going to work. Alright, this time. This time, lucky. I assure you this will be worth it in the end. Alright, go to supply unload. Now, stop there and stay stopped. Is that convincing enough? That doesn't tell us anything more, does it? No. I think that's convincing enough. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to send through a command to, actually let's make it 100 offshore pumps, because we're going to need a few, and probably say 200 of those. Turn that on. That will create a demand. And it looks like it's filling up pretty quickly. Our G signal has been created. And off we go. And I might just put this back to manual, because we should see the G signal cleared at this point. Yep, G signal has been cleared. So yes, that's now working. Let's get back to our oil. We're going to have to back up and go back to our outpost. Right, so that fixes up the supply train. So what else were we working on last time, or what have I been working on in between times? Because there has been a bit of time that's elapsed. I haven't actually built that much around our oil depot yet. I decided I would build out or plan out the main factory a bit more. Wow, that didn't take it long. Yeah, we've got all that stuff. Awesome. I decided I'd plan out the main factory a bit more. So what I've done is I have built out the area I need for green circuits, the area I need for red circuits. That's the entirety of blue circuits, which, yeah, it's running into the coal, which is not great. I have done quite a bit more landfill around here and here. A little bit here. I've moved the landfill. First of all, I had it down here until this filled out. I've now moved project landfill up here so I can fill out a bit of this area. I have put down red science build, and I have started a little bit of military science. Now, if you notice from the researches that we need to do, the ones that require military science are your protection fields. 96,000 military science we needed for that, and your fusion reactor, another 96,000 for that one. But that's it. So they're not used in nearly the capacity that all the other sciences will end up being used. So I'm going to build a fairly small military science here, and basically buffer up the science to a degree that is sufficient to do each of those researches, perhaps with a break in between. So I guess the plan here is red science, military science, green science. I'm not exactly sure how much space it needs. It will need more than the red science though. Probably then blue science. Modules are going in here. So something like this will be all modules, and then sort of, yeah, blue science, something like here. Production science, yellow science, all the labs. Yeah, something like that. And over here we are making, because obviously the production up here is inadequate. I mean, look at here, our native iron ore supply has been all but exhausted. So we're relying on a 242 to deliver all the iron from here, and even this one is showing signs of weakness. This is all the copper, really, because the copper supply that we had up here has yeah, it's dwindled. 3.8k. Not so good. So that was millions of iron ore at one point in time. So yeah, we're down to just this patch of iron ore for the old base. So yeah, this whole thing is not long for this world. So because of that, we're moving production of the main things down here. So assembly machines, if you look at what we're in demand here, assembly machines and speed modules at the moment. So this is my speed module build. The other one is, well, the other thing that we need a lot of, obviously, we're going to need a lot of furnaces for extending this out. We're going to need a lot of roboports. And then, obviously, things like inserters and power poles and the like. So, yeah, we'll be building up this area a bit to support that sort of production. Eventually even miners, and the supply train will end up getting moved from here to somewhere more useful. And as you can see, the supply train is now waiting in supply unload because there's no demand for it to move. What else? The copper in the way station here. We're down to just 300,000. The copper that we were mining out over here somewhere, and I forget exactly where, but you can see it's completely gone. Down here, iron ore 278 plus 464, so this is the iron in the way for this train coming through. So I'll be able to move through here soon. The stone is only getting used when I'm laying down the landfill. So we might have to accelerate that a little bit. And yeah, here we are, and we're back in oil processing. So that brings you up to date. Maybe the other thing I'll quickly do is show time. So you can see how much time's elapsed. 2 days, 21 hours now. So yeah, a little bit of time's elapsed since last we were on, but nothing to get too concerned about. So what I have started doing up here is building out the oil refineries, kind of in the sort of array that I'm going to stamp down repeatedly. So it's reliant on using a lot of the fluid handling via barrels. I'll probably supply whatever is closest to right here will get supplied directly, but each section of this that's like further inland will end up being its own, getting barreled water, and likewise the products, the products that are coming out will all get barreled up as well, and probably 6 iterations of that over here. We'll end up having the oil delivery station, and the one closest to the oil delivery station will probably get the crude oil directly, and the rest of it will be fed via barrels and of course an army of robots, but a completely different army of robots to the army that is being used over here. So that's where we're at. Enough on the preamble. We obviously need to, I might just rip these guys up and stamp down a, let's stamp down that, and then take that one as well and stamp down that, because I want to make sure that as many beacons as possible are surrounding these guys. Now the question was, or is, did we order in production modules? And the answer clearly is no. Well, we can always do that, of course, but I know I'm short of production and speed modules, so that could be an issue. I do have beacons here. I just don't want to stamp down something and then have to go back and insert modules everywhere. That one doesn't reach, does it? And that one only reaches that, and that's the... Okay, so I don't need those two. I need to do that up here as well. That I'm not so concerned about these things getting the necessary numbers of beacons on them. I mean, they'll end up getting interlocked anyway, and because of that, getting a beacon speed up. But yeah, we'll see what their performance is like and whether I need to change the formula to make them behave a little bit faster. Right, so we also need some of these. That works for that one. Will now work for that one. If we go there and there, that should work for the light oil as well. Now we probably... Oh, that is not going to work, is it? We probably don't actually need stack inserters for these things, but I'm going to use them anyway. So that's got your requester, and the supply chests for the empties, although I actually should probably make those active. No, they're... actually, I don't... Yeah, we will make them passives. The danger in making things passive, of course, is that they will fill up, and once full of the resource, it will force... It's just like a tank, basically. It'll force these to shut down, and then we won't be producing to capacity. But the secret is obviously to have enough cracking so that the maximum amount of heavy and light can be turned to petroleum, and or whatever in between percentage can be used for the other processes that we have. So it's really just a matter of defining. Well, these are going to be empty barrels, and I'm not sure how many that we need yet. Definitely more than 10. I'm tempted to go with about 200, say. And of course the water needs the same sort of thing. except we are going to be asking for, oh, where's my petroleum? Oh, there, right. Full petroleum, okay. And water. Let's go with water barrels 200. Empty barrels, right. With empty barrels, I think I will use, I do not want empty barrels blocking the system, so I will use active providers for them. Crude oil times 200. Okay, so that there is our basic oil module, which we want to stamp down. Look, that's 5. I'm thinking about 150 in total, so 30 times 5 rows is 6 of that, basically. Let's get a blueprint. I think that's all of it. Oil refining. It's a 5-pack. So yeah, the idea would be that the next one probably goes in like so, except that doesn't work. We can't actually get any closer than that. There's also, we don't have to remove the train line. So the railway must come through. Right. There we go. We must have enough passive providers, surely, to fill this up. Maybe not. Cannot insert pipe to ground. Well, there's plenty of places to insert pipe to ground up here. Just do it up here, you'll be fine. How many robots do I actually have on me? I'm not sure. What's it complaining about? Chemical plant. We might have to store some chemical plants over here for now. Or maybe some of this nuclear stuff. It's one way to expand your inventory temporarily. Seem to be a little bit on top now. Come down here. I have any roboports? Some, not many. So we probably need roboports slapped in here as well. I haven't even planned on the roboports yet. Come on, guys. I am using, if you're wondering, I am using the Mark II roboports, which are a lot better than the Mark Is. A great addition for manually putting down stuff, but yeah, they're just a little bit overwhelmed with what we're trying to do right now, and I need to, oh, what's going on in there? Why are you stuck? Oh, sticky key. Let's cheat a little bit. There we go. Back to the we can't insert this, that, and the next thing. We'll come back up here and start putting things down then, if you can't insert them. But anyway, I think we actually have reached time now, so I'm going to call this episode. Next time I'll probably have finished out the oil refineries a little bit more. Yeah, we'll take it from there. Thanks so much for joining me. We'll see you then. Bye.